If you're following what's going on in Pennsylvania regarding gun shows and 80% lowers, one of the groups involved has reached out. Sit by and watch this episode of Guns and Gadgets. Hey everybody, welcome back to Guns and Gadgets, your premier source for Second Amendment news. If it is Second Amendment news you're after, I humbly ask you to consider joining this growing freedom family. You can hit that subscribe button down below. Please like the video and share it with everybody you know. That absolutely helps destroy the anti-gun algorithm, and leave some comments down below as well. It's always a big help. Thank you for your time. So yesterday I did a video, and a couple other channels did videos as well over the last 48 hours now, about the situation between, I guess it's Eagle Arms Productions and Firearms Owners Against Crime, as well as AG Josh Shapiro in Pennsylvania, and JSD Supply, who was selling the 80% lowers. Why did I just doing like hand karate or kung fu or something? But so I did the video yesterday and explained kind of like a nutshell of what was going on and how it just something, to me still, something stinks, something smells, doesn't quite add up. To their credit, Eagle Arms Productions, who is the gun show promoter, who has decided to ban 80% firearms at all of their shows going forward, they've reached out, and I just wanted to bring some of their concerns to the forefront, and then I want to say maybe how I feel about it and what I probably would have preferred to have happened, and then I want to hear your comments down below, because we are the Second Amendment guys and gals. I put this picture up yesterday, and this means so much. And it's not just this situation here. This is in general. With all the bills that Congress is putting forward, we, the people, decide what is anti-gun. Not politicians or their buddies, their cronies, people who like to hang around and rub elbows with politicians. We decide what is anti-gun. And that is what I look forward to reading down below. Do you think this is an anti-gun move? Yada, 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 right? So I am going to grab my cell phone and read the correspondence that Eagle Arms Productions sent to me. And, none of this is like damning, but I wanted to see what you guys have to say. So they responded to that post I did, which is "We the people decide what is anti-gun, not politicians or their buddies." And they said, "Zero accountability on the sale of 80% kits to minors and customers buying and reselling in bulk needs to be addressed. In your video, you had a few questions such as, were they pressured, and was there a wink wink nod nod deal?" And they say, hell no. If you were on the receiving end of weekly crime reports associated with these 80% kits, you would gain greater insight into the ban decision. Well, I'll pause right here and say, as somebody who was in law enforcement for 24 years, I am well aware of crime stats. And again, my belief is we don't pick and choose a couple incidents and make everybody else pay for that. But that's just me. I am a true supporter of the Second Amendment, and I don't think we restrict other people's abilities to do things legally because a couple people are screwing up. But I'll continue. The owner is hopeful that we the people will come to an agreement on some form of control on the 80% kits. Currently, any minor or adult is free to buy out the dealer's entire inventory without question. Let's be realistic. Why would an individual require 100 to 200 plus kits? The sale of these kits without any accountability has flooded our gun shows with several crime organizations. Something must change, and negotiations between the owner and 80% kit vendors has already begun. There was no special deal with politicians. Not what I'm hearing. It was solely a matter of conscience after seeing the results of these kits on the streets of Philadelphia. We the people decide what is anti-gun. Now that's one correspondence they sent. They sent a second one, and I'll get to that in a second. But I just want to address a couple things there. I've already said that, to me, the deeds of one small percentage or one group of people should never affect the rest of the people who are doing things right. Again, building your own firearm has been legal since the beginning of the Republic and prior to that. The colonists built their own guns. Early Americans built their own guns, and people have been doing it for a very long time. And those who are doing it the right way, their guns just don't go killing people. It's not how it works. We all know that. And if somebody's buying 100 to 200 plus kits, There are a couple reasons they could be doing that. Let's be realistic. Could they be organized crime? Possibly. Could they be looking to buy all these just in case the apocalypse happens and zombies come out of the ground? Maybe, perhaps. Could they be looking to buy these and then sell them on their own because they are just chunks of, I don't even have plastic here. They're chunks of plastic. You know, it's all it is, really. I mean, could they be turned into something? Absolutely, we all know that. But could that shovel outside my window be turned into an AK-47? Yes, it could, because we've seen that happen as well. So to toss the blanket accusation to me is something it's always bugged me. And that, to me, in my career and in doing this channel as well, that's, to me, sounds very political. You know, cast a large dispersion or disparagement against a group or an item in order to make it right somehow. But again, that's why I want you, the viewers of my channel, sound off down below on this. Sale of these kits without accountability, and they're turning up on the streets in Philadelphia. I'm not poo-pooing on Eagle Arms for this, but this is me thinking out loud. As somebody who has been a cop for a long time and investigates crime and even investigates things like this on YouTube, investigates bills or whatever, how do you know? How can you say that the items you sold or your show, maybe you do know that one of those two came from your show because police, tracked somebody the entire way, watched them make the gun, watched them load the gun and build the gun, and watched them go kill somebody. And if that's the case, and those people are prohibited, then shame on the freaking police, because they're supposed to be taking care of that. They're supposed to be enforcing the law. If you have somebody who's a known violent criminal and you watch them go in and buy items to make a gun, and you watch them go home and make the gun, then that's when that's when the enforcement action is supposed to take place, not after the fact and cry wolf. Again, that's just me and how I roll. But to say that all of these are going to the street in Philadelphia, I question how they know that. That's all. Because if they're chunks of plastic, and a chunk of plastic shows up, how do you know that was a chunk of plastic that was at your show? Again, just me, and I'm not crapping on them. These are legitimate concerns that they have, that they brought forward, and I have concerns as well. And who knows? Maybe we'll get them on the show. They seem to be open to it. But I want to see what my viewers want to do about it. I got a second email about it, and what it said was, Joel, the owner of Eagle Arms, is working on a resolution with the vendors of the 80% ghost guns. Can you be a true Second Amendment person, a true gun person, and call them ghost guns? But I'll continue. It's obvious what side that they're coming from, right? They want to curtail the sale because they think that criminals are buying them. What about the people who might be buying them lawfully and legally? It is, whatever. Currently, our top supplier of the 80% kits will sell to anyone, including minors. Our shows have become a target of large crime organizations who come only to buy out the 80% kits, purchasing up to 100 to 200 kits per visit. Does this sound like a legitimate business transaction? Well, does it necessarily sound like a criminal transaction would be my return to you. Again, we're making allegations. I'm not there. I don't know. Maybe you've watched whoever, Louis the Assassin. Maybe you saw Louis the Assassin come in and buy 200 kits and go out and add 200 new devices to his name. I don't know. And of course, I'm just making fun of it, but does it sound like a legitimate business transaction? Are you saying that every transaction they do, people are buying 1 to 200 kits and they're known criminals? If that's the case, then absolutely, the people who have that show should be addressing that individual seller, that person who has bought space at your show. You should be addressing them, because you can take action on that individual instead of affecting everybody. But that's how I go right to the source of the issue. Maybe they did, maybe not. Every week, these guns are found at crime scenes and are traced back to our gun show. Again, how the hell can you tell where this chunk of plastic came from? You can't. So if you're saying this, it sounds to me again that this is Attorney General speak, is what it sounds like to me. And I've dealt with a lot of them. This is accusations, broad strokes, saying these things are bad, we need to ban them. This is that type of language. Joel has expressed a course of action which will dissuade the criminal element and make way for our law-abiding customers to purchase the 80% kits at Eagle Arms gun shows. We, the people, will decide what is fair compromise and not the self-serving politicians. Right, but we, the people, will also decide what is gun control, right, or anti-gun. And that large dispersion saying that all of these guns are showing up on crime, or some of them are showing on crime scenes, but 1 to 200 of them are going to criminals. That's kind of, I don't know, just the claims are similar to claims like a Dianne Feinstein makes, like a Chuck Schumer makes. That was the point I've been making. And it says, let me know if you're interested in setting up a discussion. So we might move forward to have them on and see what they say, but I've heard a lot of sides of people involved here, and again, even with Eagle Arms reaching out and explaining what they did and what they're working towards, to me, it still sounds like politicians behind the scene. Maybe the politicians or the AG have gotten a hold of Eagle Arms and said, look, you need to do something, or we're going to cancel your show and you're not going to have it anymore, and that's lost revenue. That's lost business. So maybe they made a change to their business model, and in order to do it, they just did the first thing they could think of, and that was like, hey, what, you can't sell these anymore. And now they're getting a little bit of kickback from the community. Now they're going to work to try to figure something out. But from comments that were made from FOAC and from Eagle Arms and JSD, everything's not matching up. And again, I'll point you to John Crump's channel where he did phone interviews with FOAC and with JSD Supply, and now we've heard from Eagle Arms. I don't know. I wanted to bring it out to you guys. What do you think about this? Is this something you can support? Because hey, maybe you guys and gals think that they did the right thing. I think that if what they're saying is 100% true and we're taking it on face value, and someone's coming in to buy 1 to 200 kits and they're known felons, and the police watch them bring these kits to their car, watch them make them or whatever, and see them utilize them, and know that that piece of plastic that's at that crime scene, that came from that show, then that's not right. However, there's a lot of people in that scenario that have jumped the shark. They have screwed the pooch. And that is something you should never put on the legal law-abiding, constitutional-following gun owners. You should put that on that issue where the problem is. And if it's on the police, put it on the police. You can still be somebody in the community who has a gun show and call out the police. If it's the AG putting pressure on you behind the scenes, come out and say it. Because I know the gun owners in Pennsylvania will have your back, but you'd have more people on your side. I don't know. It's crazy. Another crazy video from a crazy scenario in Pennsylvania. Guys and gals, let me know what you think down below. Love to hear it. It's just been a long couple days tracking this. And hey, thanks for Eagle Arms for reaching out on both Instagram and email and getting your statement to me. Appreciate it. You didn't have to do that, but again, to me, something still smells funny. Till we see each other again, be safe, stay vigilant, carry a weapon. Guys and gals, thank you for your time. I will see you on the next one. Be safe, everybody.